What's going on, boys? It's Flaws, and in this video we're going to be talking about how to entry in Counter-Strike 2. This is going to be part of a series of how to play each role, but today we're going to be talking about how to be the entry fragger for your team. If you're the entry, the first thing you got to be thinking of is, I need to get as much space for my team as possible and as quickly as possible, right? If I'm an entry and I just kind of, okay, yeah, I'm first out, entry fragger, that's what I am. I'm just taking these fights and I'm blocking my team, we're not getting out, we're not getting onto the site, the smokes are fading, someone smoked stairs, someone smoked jungle, whatever, those standard ones, right? And I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for the CTs to peek into me. That's awful for my team because that's one, giving the CTs time to rotate back in, giving the CTs time to flash, to nade, to molly, to slow us down and kind of chip us away. I'd much rather have a teammate who is the entry, running in, taking these fights right on the site. Maybe, you know, with better smokes, that's a little easier to do, but there's no right path when you're entering. You need to be working with your teammates and being like, okay, like how am I going to get to the back of the site as quickly as possible with the nades we're using? If you're playing on, let's go to the B site real quick because that's where a lot of people can get stuck on Mirage as well. If you're the entry and you're taking these fights in the apps position, that's an awful way to be the entry fragger for your team because not only can they start throwing mollies and split your team up, but if you get to this point and you're taking a fight and you're losing this fight, there's no one behind you that can actually help. Like, there's no one that's actually getting more and more space because of your death. If you're jumping out immediately and I'm pushing into here, even if someone kills me right now, there's a really good chance that they're not going to be able to swing back and kill the rest of my team super quickly. If I'm standing right here and I start to take a fight on someone back a site and I die, there's a really good chance that this person kills me, like unpeaks, repeaks, and just gets another kill on my teammate behind me. If I'm jumping out here, okay, I'm pushing to the back of site. I'm not clearing every single angle too. Keep that in mind. If I die, I die. My teammate behind me should be able to trade it. It should be spaced out perfectly to the point where if I jump out and die to someone who's playing here and I didn't clear it effectively, my teammate should be right behind me, swinging out and clearing out this angle right behind me. There should be two people on it. We should be overflowing the site and getting as deep as possible, right? So I jump out here. I might clear that angle. Okay, keep going, keep going. Don't see anyone. I see someone here. There's a really good chance that they have a nade in their hand, right? They don't see me jump out. They didn't hear me in all that chaos. I can get this kill. Or maybe I die right here, right? I get some damage off onto this person, and I call that out to my team. If I see someone bench, I can also call that. But you just want to create chaos on the CT side. I get this kill, okay. Now I'm jumping into market before the CTs can even rotate in. I get a molly off here. I get a smoke off there. Now the CTs are like, oh, we're like completely cut off and we can't really get back into this site. We can't even get set up, right? I get so much space, and I pushed my life to be like the biggest factor in taking that round. Even if you die 13 out of 13 rounds first, right? But you're getting that space for your team to actually start working into the site. That's way more effective than someone getting 13 kills and then dying. If I get a kill right here and I die, and then they have another person who's playing like right here on site, and they just happen to kill the rest of my team, I mean, I'm pissed, right? Like, my team should be pissed at me because, yeah, sure, I got my kills for the round, but the whole rest of the team had a way tougher time to actually get set up, get onto the site. Like, you want to be completely pushing forward as you get onto the site. If you don't see anyone, you're not stopping. There's no reason to stop. You should always be moving. If you see someone, you have to be good at counter strafing, right? Like, that is a skill in the game. If you don't know how to counter strafe, just whatever direction you're walking, right before you like start to shoot, just tap the key to like move the other direction. So if I'm going to the right, I tap my left key and then I shoot, right? So get good at that if you're not good. Maybe don't be the entry fragger for your team if you're not the best at actually using your movement mechanics, but always be moving to the back of the site, get as deep as possible. If you have a support player with you, there's a great, let's go to the A site real quick. There's a really good way to get rounds secured that are kind of 50-50, right? Like if I get this deep into the site and I'm 1 HP and I have someone on the site who just planted the bomb, I might say, hey, flash CT, flash CT. They throw the flash, it pops, or I can flash for myself, right? Like there's plenty of flashes like these where I can peek out with this and get free kills. The CTs maybe have never seen this flash. Maybe they're not close enough to hear it. Even if I die, right? I peek into this, I die, and I see 3 people CT. That information is key to the rest of my team because I might have someone who's watching flank. Maybe he's watching this, he's like, okay, I don't know, maybe there could be one flank. We have to be aware of it. And he's not a gun that's pointed on CT. If I call it there's all of them CT, or there's one jungle, there's 3 CT, there's a really good chance that this guy has a nade that he can utilize with the rest of my team to slow them back down. Or he can just hold a crossfire with the rest of my team back into the site. So maybe he's playing here. Okay, he's making sure no one peeks the back of site. And then, or he's just waiting, right? I mean, I'm getting a little technical on actual Mirage, but in general, like, the info you relay to your team as quickly as possible is going to help them win rounds. I don't care if you're in silver, if you're global, if you're playing ESEA main, whatever it is, right? Face it, if you have someone who's just like holding an angle that's completely useless, you can't possibly try to argue that that's effective for your team, right? So always get info, relay it to your team. If you're entry, always be the lowest HP person if you can be. That goes for retakes as well, but if you have nades that you're not going to use, give them to your team. You can always hold a flash or two just to push like your aggression farther into the site, or something like that if you're trying to just go quickly to CT. But once I get this, right, even if I get to here, I don't see anyone, but my team, it's a 3v3. Me pushing through this, I'm almost guaranteed a free kill later in the round, right? Or it's going to be awkward for the CTs to take their time on the retake. They almost have to be rushed, or I'm getting this free kill on someone who's maybe pushing up connector, or maybe already in window, right? And I just have to walk up, see them in the back, like not even look at me because they're trying to see if anyone on the T side is pushing towards them. And I get a free kill that way. It's the same thing on market, right? If I get pushed up to here, I smoke this out, I'm just kind of holding. All I have to do is just kind of wait. I can hold right here, I can just start jiggling this, waiting like this. I'm just playing time at this point. I'm making it so that the CTs are split up when they're retaking. If someone's going cat or someone's going through apps, my team should have that covered. I should be calming that to my team, like, no one's market yet, like, don't have to worry about it. No one has to be aimed in on this with their gun. If someone's cat on my team, they get this kill. Okay, now we know cat's clear. It should be a free round win, right? Like, you want to almost spread out as much as possible once you get the site and take that space that's available to you as the T. I think that basically sums it up for my thoughts on how to be an entry fragger. I think one more thing I didn't really cover is you're not really checking every single angle. If someone's playing right here on sandwich and I'm swinging out onto the site, hearing anyone back a site, if I get killed, that does not matter to me at all. Like, you're gonna die in those situations, but that one kill, and then if your team's like right behind you and can effectively trade that, that's huge for getting onto the site. It's super quick, and I think that's just the way that I like to play, and I'd prefer all my teammates to play. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll be making videos on other roles as well. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.